To this now, the South African Weather Service has issued a warning for damaging winds along coastal as well as northern parts of KwaZulu-Natal. Residents in Ugu, uMgungundlovu, uThukela, Amajuba, Zululand, Cetshwayo as well as iLembe districts are all urged to prepare for the inclement weather conditions, as forecasters say strong winds could reach up to 70 kilometers per hour with gusts exceeding 80 kilometers in some areas. Now, authorities say the strong winds coupled with high temperatures in some parts of the province could also lead to runaway fires. All right, we're going to remain with that story and now welcome Senzele Mzilwa there, who is the spokesperson for the KZN MEC. So thank you so much, Senzele, for joining us this evening as we track, of course, developments according to the alert, the inclement weather alert in various parts of the country. So in KZN, which we've seen previously devastated by the recent extreme weather patterns, how are you currently preparing for any emergencies due to the inclement weather?
Good evening to you, Alicia, and good evening to your listeners. Yes, here in KZN, as you've noted, the Department of KZN under the leadership of Reverend Tulasizo Buthelezi, has issued a warning to residents across the province. You will note that today we're expecting high winds across the province, and a weather warning has been issued to this effect. We can indicate also to you that yesterday we had runaway fires in a number of districts. These are uThukela, uMzinyathi, Amajuba, and Cetshwayo. And we can indicate that in these incidences, no life was lost, but the MEC has also directed our teams to ensure that the families that are affected, they get all the support that they need.
Senzele, what was the cause of these runaway fires in those districts?
Well, the runaway fires, it could have been a number of issues, but you will note that there was a weather warning that was issued by the Weather Service that indicated that the conditions for Sunday across KZN were rife for the spread of wildfires. We are glad, though, that the firefighters were able to respond to these incidences, and in a number of the areas, for example, Kandla, Melmoth, and a number of other areas under Umlalazi, communities were able to be provided with assistance. There have been also instances where homes were burnt, but we can report that no lives were lost and there were no injuries. And this is all thanks to the speedy response of the disaster management teams.
You know, Senzele, at this stage, how are you then communicating with those areas that have been put on high alert as having the highest chance of the devastating inclement weather impact? I mean, we know that most of these areas that we've spoken about and mentioned are largely either far-flung or rural areas and may not be accessible or have access to certain platforms that will filter down this very important message to them. So are residents aware of what they need to do should the situation arise that they need your team's assistance?
Yes, well, the MEC for COPTA has placed all disaster management teams across the province on alert. You will know that across the province, we've got various districts where we've got our disaster management centers, and within the local municipalities as well, we've got our emergency centers. But also, we are partnering with social media houses and shows like yourself that continue to inform residents about the changing weather conditions. So right throughout, we are using a number of platforms to ensure that members of the community are aware of these inclement weather conditions that we are continuing to expect to receive as a province.
All right. Thank you so much for that update, Mr. Senzele Mzilwa, the spokesperson for the KZN MEC, and also giving us an update on their state of readiness ahead of the forecast inclement weather in the KZN district.